is hot. And joining us right now for a good cause, we have Jared and Obed, both of the Houston Fire Department. And Obed, you are on the cover of this calendar this year. And then Jared, you are November. Yeah, let me go ahead and get to November. Hold on, it starts with January, so it's going to take me. It's going to take me a minute to get to November right here. But
you just go to November.
Okay, let me just go ahead and go to November there, and there you are. Okay, so November, of course, that's the month where we're very thankful, and oh yes, we are thankful for that right there, Jared. Okay, so we're having a little fun with this, but all of this is for a great cause. So tell folks, when they buy this calendar, what it helps to do.
Proceeds go to the Houston Firefighters Burn Children Fund, and all that goes to providing them with clothing, garments, special garments to help speed up the healing process, and we take them to camp, and we do a lot of other events at the hospital for their extended stays.
Yeah, in fact, Obed, you're part of the compression garment program.
That's correct, Deborah. These are just incredible garments that we provide for the children that have been seriously burned, and what it does is it helps with the scarring process, it helps with the healing process. It's something that is actually not covered by most medical insurances because they consider it cosmetic, when actually it's been proven that this is something that really, really helps. It limits pain, that makes the scarring so much better in the long term, and really helps the children. And it's something that the calendar really stresses, and such a great thing that it provides for the children.
Yeah, this is your second year doing the calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what were you last year?
I was Mr. February last year.
Okay, so like, do y'all the month of love? Okay, do y'all how do you figure out who's going to get the cover?
Well,
are you bitter?
I'm not bitter at all, but there's a process.
Yeah. What is that process?
You'd have to ask Judy.
Yeah, Judy.
Calendar manager.
Yeah. I just want to, Judy, if you need my help in figuring out what needs to be on the cover next year, I can also help you out with that. But we're doing it all in fun, obviously, but as we mentioned, there is a great cause to it. And I want to start by asking you, why did you decide to be a firefighter? As we all know, you rush into danger when you're trying to get everybody else to get out.
It's just one of those things, ever since I was a little boy, it's what I wanted to do, and I got the opportunity. I live here in Houston and want to help protect the citizens of Houston.
And you, Obed?
Deborah, I'll tell you, you got that answer, you're going to get it from pretty much every fireman. Growing up as a kid, I didn't want to do anything else but be a fireman. You know, I grew up watching movies and just wanted to do it. I love my city. I couldn't think of anything better to do than be a fireman for the city that I love. And just love protecting the citizens of Houston. Everybody's so great here, and couldn't ask to do anything else in this world.
I know that every call is important to you all. There's no one call that's more important than the other. But is there something that just kind of, you always wonder what happened to that person, or something that reminded you of how important the job you do?
I think actually doing this and helping the kids out, like we take them to camp and we get to see them kind of interact and they have all these injuries and stuff, but they get to be just a normal kid.
Yeah.
And we get to push them through stuff that they couldn't do last year, and they get a little bit further this year, and we just keep helping them out, and that makes me feel better, and it's a great thing to do.
Okay.
Deborah, that's a great question, you know, and it happens so often. You know, in a day we work a 24-hour shift, and in those 24 hours you make a lot of calls, and some of them really stick with you. And it sounds cliche to say, but there's some things that you can't unsee, you know, and you make some fire calls, you make some automobile accidents and EMS runs where, you know, our job is to be immediate response. We help them out at that time. And then,
you have a good point. A lot of times people, they focus on the fire part of it, but it is the EMS part of it too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we'll have them transported to the hospital a lot of times. We help them in the moment of the emergency, but we really don't get to see, you know, the end process. And a lot of that does stay with you, and you really hope for the best on every call.
Yeah, I one time went through a firefighter's training course. I did not pass. There is a whole lot that goes on besides what a lot of us might see toward the end of something when you're coming out when the fire's all done. But running into a burning building with all that equipment is crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
It is, but wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, if you had someone out there thinking that they might be a firefighter one day too, what's your best advice to them?
Just stay in shape and go apply online.
I would say just make sure that you're a servant. Make sure that you're willing to put other people before you. That's something great that the calendar's doing. That's something, you know, and like you said, the tryout process, that's a very big deal. They want to make sure that we are servants and that we want to put everybody else before ourselves.
All right, the calendar is available online for just $20. This is priceless. I pay $20 for each month. The calendar signing is Friday, October 13th at 7 p.m. Big Texas Dance Hall at Saloon Spring. You make all kinds of appearances throughout the year, and the Houston Burn Children's Fund.com is where you can go for information as well as to who this benefits. All right, so before we go, and I hope you don't mind, this is in the name of safety for me. I seem to remember something when I was a little girl in school about stop, drop, and roll, right? Is that what we, could you show me the stop, drop, and, I want to make sure I'm getting it correct.
Absolutely,
Stop,
absolutely.
drop, and roll. Okay, so stop, no, come over here, okay. All right, so stop, okay, then drop, and then roll.
No one should get pushed around when they have an accident.